Hi, I'm Glenn, City of Island Fishing Field Team, COAF Field Team. It's Saturday, December 19. And this round, well, several places got stocked this past week. One was Pottsboro Lake in Pottsboro. The other one was Waterloo Pond up in Denison. And then Rowlett Community Park in Rowlett. All in the DFW, Dallas-Fort Worth area, or at least within easy driving distance to the Dallas-Fort Worth area, especially here in the city of Allen, where yours truly is located. And that said, well, we go this morning, well, Pottsboro Lake. So, big takeaways from this round was, one, cranky, no Yankee. In other words, reel the line and keep reeling the line. Don't try and set the hook or yank bank on the rod. You'll tend to lose the fish that way, at least for the trout this round. So ended up getting majority of our fish on the power worm under a split shot, pretty much dragging bottom, and they did want movement. And we actually got some Go Fish camera action showing that they wanted that movement, because when it just sat still, well, they didn't really want it. Let's see, tried salmon eggs, tried PowerBait, no luck there. Did notice that a lot of them had some corn in their stomach, so corn is something to think about when you're going, at least to Pottsboro Lake. And then I caught one with the 6-weight TFO fly rod using the generic black dry fly Midge, and then I caught another one with a bow fly rig using that same setup, the generic black fly or black dry fly Midge. Because, well, when we first got there, they were feeding just on the surface, just under the surface, sort of like what we saw at Bethany. So anyway, do check out the video. We got 2 limits to us fishing, 2 of us limited out. Key words today: cranky, no Yankee. Okay, it's Saturday, December 19, and we're at the Buc-ee's. And what does that mean? Denison Dam? Well, not really. It means we're going to Pottsboro, go do some trout fishing over there at Pottsboro Lake. Before we go there, Nutter Butter Breakfast Champions, a little coffee from the Buc-ee's, and our partner here is having one of those babies. All right, so with the Breakfast of Champions, hopefully we'll be having some trout for Dingen. Okay, it's about 9 o'clock. We're over here at Pottsboro Lake in Pottsboro. I'm gonna try catching some trout. I think they just stocked it this past week, so hopefully we'll get something. Brought the Go Fish camera, so hopefully that's gonna get us some action shots underwater. We've got the Go Fish camera set up now, and I've got a PowerBait and a salmon egg on, and I made sure it's on, so let's see what this does. Okay, so we start out with the salmon egg and PowerBait and cast it out there and kind of get everything set and let it sit. And well, we let it sit for a good while, and unfortunately didn't get any strikes with either the PowerBait or the salmon eggs. Camera out further out where we think they are. Got PowerBait and a salmon egg, and I've got a patch rubber leg on right now, and it looks like they're on top, kind of just subsurface, feeding on something, and hopefully I can get them to hit on this patch rubber leg. Okay, so we tried the patch rubber leg. Now we're going to go with the generic black dry fly Midge, because they're feeding just under the surface. All right, they want movement with the black Midge. Oh, I forgot the creel. Oh, I got a bag though. Oh yeah, they're little guys. All right, first fish of the day is a little rainbow trout on the black Midge, generic black dry fly Midge. All right, that was on the power worm. Yeah. All right, power worm's working too. All right, let's go and bring this guy in.
Really slow. I get mine when it's moving. I can just watch them chase it in.
Oh, really?
Yep, there's one right there, chasing it.
Sure enough, there is one chasing it. Turns out to be a little bluegill. In fact, I think there were several bluegill kind of checking things out. Just kind of going by, and well, the water's clear enough that we can see. It doesn't look so clear in this video, but luckily from where our vantage point was on the pier, we definitely could see all the way to the bottom. All right, there's another one on the power worm. Power worms today, power worms. We're gonna go switch to a power worm and
slow
see what that does.
They stop for a little bit, and then slowly reel it, and stop for a little bit. That's it. And they're,
You have any more power worms?
yeah,
That color? Yeah.
same bag.
All right. And you're wacky rigging it?
So with the power worm, we're going to replace the salmon egg with the power worm. We'll leave the PowerBait on there. We're using treble hook since we've already got it all rigged up and whatnot, and we'll kind of wacky rig it like our fishing partner indicated. And we'll cast it out there, and with the suggestion of kind of move it in a little bit, and hopefully we'll get some bites. But you can see here shortly where there's something coming into view here. We'll check back on it later.
Okay, I got a bubble fly rig on this one with a dry fly. We're just going to try reeling it in slowly also and seeing if we can get some hits. That's good. All right. Oh, there's a hit. All right, this one hit it on the fly. It's a little bit bigger. This is a bubble fly rig. Just lost them. Just flip them real quick.
So what everyone's laughing about is when he lifted up, he ends up flipping the fish up and over the railing, and now he's got him basically tied to the railing. And somehow he's got to unhook it and get it back so we don't lose it.
Okay, so it's a little chilly, and we were getting hits off the black dry fly midge. Now we're going to go with a power worm and see if we can finish out the limit. Our partner's already limited out using power worms, so let's see what happens. There's another hit.
Yeah, you can either stop when you're getting the hit, let it fall and they hit it, or you can keep going.
Okay.
It'd be better if I keep going.
All right, I'll try it. Man, you're hitting it.
So I'm casting out the rig, letting it sink to the bottom, giving it a little counter to, and then after it hits the bottom, kind of doing one of these stop and go retrieves and just feeling for the bite.
Got him that time. Yeah, finally. He's a bigger one. All right, cool. All right, power worms. Oh, and he came right off. All right. Yeah, he hit it. Hit it. All right, cast it out, let it hit the bottom, and then reel it in. And when you feel it hit, stop. And kind of do a stop and go retrieve. You'll feel it bounce on the bottom, but they're still hitting it. There's a hit. We're just watching the line movement now. There's another hit. Water's really clear so you can see.
So one thing to note, earlier I caught that one trout. It was basically reeling in and not setting the hook or yanking back. Well, guess what? I didn't do that this next round.
Yeah, two more. I'm getting hit, so it shouldn't be too bad. Oh man, he hit. Shoot, he hit. Gotcha. Oh, holy cow. God. Man, I have to teach you a lesson now. You see that? He was on there. Yeah, I did. He was there.
You don't have to yank it.
All right.
Look at the line's tight the whole way in.
There's a hit. Oh,
You don't have to yank it.
yeah. Okay, there we go. All right, there. Yeah, I didn't yank it. All right, don't yank it, just crank it.
So sure enough, able to limit out. And as we thought, the GoFish camera was able to confirm that the trout wanted movement. So we had let the rig sit at the beginning and got no movement or activity. And then as soon as we started kind of doing that little stop and go retrieve with the GoFish camera, look at these guys. They just started coming out of nowhere. In fact, I think there's a couple of times where they actually even bumped it while it was moving when yours truly was bringing it in. So let's just take a look here. Shortly you'll see another recast, and you'll definitely see some action with the trout hitting our PowerBait and Power Worm dual rig. We kind of did this because we wanted to just kind of play with it and see which one the trout would tend to. And well, from this video, you're going to see that, well, it looks like they liked either one. And what was interesting was we're using these really small treble hooks, and they're not hooking themselves. They're pretty much mouthing it and almost even swallowing it in some cases and not getting hooked. So it's pretty amazing that they're able to do this. In fact, watch this one here shortly. We'll even slow down the video. Gonna eat it. And it looks like he almost ate the whole thing and swallowed it, but then he spits it out. So let's just slow it down right there. The hook's in his mouth, and now the whole thing's in his mouth, and he still spits it out, and he's gone. So, oh well. Anyways, we'll run the footage, check it out. You can see how these trout are reacting. In this case, they wanted the power worm. They wanted it moving, and we did see some other folks using super dupers, and yours truly was also using that black dry fly midge, the generic one, and getting some good hits there. But all in all, it looked like power worms moving the rig or the bait, the lure, was the key for these trout at least. So keep that in your back pocket next time you go out and do some trout fishing at some of the local ponds here, especially during this season. And kind of take note that when you see someone casting, maybe even a Carolina rigged setup, to do that slow stop and go retrieve and feel for those bites and get ready to set the hook. Alrighty. Okay, we finished up here at Pottsboro, and what worked for us this round was the power worm. Well, actually, the bubble fly rig with a generic black dry fly midge. Got two of them, and then probably could have got some more, but then they kind of went under a little. And then the pattern was basically two split shot, drop the power worm leading about a foot or so behind it and dragging it slowly on the bottom. And the key words today was cranky, no Yankee. And what do we mean by that? Well, keep reeling, and when you get a hit, keep reeling. Don't set the hook, don't yank back, just let them set themselves. And at that point they were hitting. And what was weird is over here at Pottsboro, it's got real clear water, but on top of it, it's got a lot of algae and whatnot on the bottom. And they're not algae, but some green stuff. I think hydrilla maybe. And when you're bouncing the split shot on the bottom, your power worm is still floating on top, and they're still hitting it. And it feels like you're not getting, or you're snagging bottom, but you're actually getting hits. And that's why key words today: cranky, no Yankee. All right, next time we'll catch y'all there, and good luck and good fishing. All right, let's end this session with just some more of this GoFish camera. We'll just get the film running, and just take note that there are some trout who really like this power worm, and they can really throw a hook.